What's up, guys? Back in my garage at my house, and I'm going to do a couple little things tonight. I'll throw in the video for the next upcoming video. I got the rear glass with the nice tint on it, not the reflective stupid mirror tint. I can't stand that stuff. It's got nice tint on it. These came off the M3 donor car. I'm gonna install them in with the window sills. I had Joseph locate me another coupe out of a junkyard. He grabbed me factory tail lights because the other ones, as you can tell, were painted, and I don't believe they weren't factory at all. So I got factory tail lamps. I got the sills up here, door sills, and he also found me some the aluminum trim out of that vehicle as well, but it's wrinkled in certain spots here. As you can see, I don't know if it's gonna pick it up, but yeah, it's got some wrinkles, but that's okay. You know, I don't have to paint it. I could throw it in on the black dash and it's gonna look good. So here's the vehicle again in the nice bed armor spray. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there is a little bit of a zebra striping. I was running out of paint towards the end, and I was spraying it, trying to get the pattern as even as I could, but there's a little bit of striping there. So I think later on I'm going to sand this back down, buy a new can, and try to get a nice even coat, because the sides and all that came out really good. There's no striping on it, no nothing. So I'd like to keep the car as clean as can be. I did get online today and I ordered me some clear side marker lights and some new emblems for the front and rear. The blue propeller emblems, they're actually carbon fiber, so that'll look clean on that. It'll pop off the black. And then I did get some new center cap emblems for the rims. The rims, I'm gonna repaint them another color. I haven't decided yet. I eventually like to get me some really nice CSL rims or something like that to you know, make it pop more. But right now, like I said, it's total budget. I even looked at how much a half roll cage would cost me, and they're decently priced. So I'll probably in the future get that as well, so that I can have that race car theme. So, but I did get in touch with a company that does make the sheet metal delete. They're cut out, pre-cut, and they have the holes so you can rivet them. I'll just put some sealant down, put it on. I'll armor it just like the paint is on this, and I'll rivet them on, and it'll give it that nice race look. But yeah, it's coming together pretty good, and I'm gonna go ahead and slap these tail lamps in, slap the rear windows in. There you have it, guys. That is a lot better looking, huh?
Yeah, so much nicer.
Man, that just brings it out. I do need to get some more of these. They're cracked, but I mean, for now, that's okay.
Even the ones in the shop, just sand them down and clear them up.
I know, they look good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay guys, I got the seals in, I got the rear quarter glass in, and I got the rear tail lamps in. That's all I'm gonna do for this afternoon. It's getting too late. I gotta take some time with the family. This video that I'm gonna be putting together is gonna be a bunch of random stuff about me doing work on the E46, me messing with the Datsun, and Joseph right here, he's finishing off his LS VTEC. He's getting ready to get it ready to ship. Where are you moving to, Joseph?
Florida.
He's leaving me, guys. He's going to Florida. My best friend's leaving me. I ain't gonna have no best friend no more. We're supposed to be BFFs forever. Forever, dog. Oh man. So he's trying to get all this stuff right. He got him a Honda in finally. He's going through the ignition, placing rotor and cap. Well, the cap he bought didn't fit right, so he got the rotor on there. He went ahead and customized his valve cover. He blanked off the letters and then sprayed some wrinkle on it, which he chose too bright of a freaking red.
Yeah.
But it's cut on the side, looks clean. It came out alright other than the bright ass red, but he's got it all together. He built this himself. I gave him all the motor parts.
Yeah.
That's the kind of friend I am to him. I gave him a B20 motor on loan for the parts to build it. I gave him all the parts for LS VTEC minus a couple little things like gaskets and stuff. And then he blows up my B20 and has no choice but to build this, which he built it himself, and it cranked and ran. He's just got a chrome base map on it, and we have the air fuel ratios in it. It's not right, so he went and bought a Honda because the chrome, I got all the stuff for the chrome, but the chrome just it's not loading right. It's not, the RTP is not loading on it. It's just airing out, so I got fed up with it. He's fed up. He bought him a Honda. I've been messing with Honda for a little bit, and it's way better anyway, so he wanted that. So we can get a base map loaded once he gets done with everything and start doing a little bit of street tuning. That way it's drivable, so whenever he gets to Florida, there's a lot of dyno shops out there. He'll have a dyno tuned. I got these turn signal lights right here that I ordered. I'm gonna put those in on the Datsun. I got various vacuum lines and stuff, and a check valve for the brake booster. So I'm gonna do vacuum lines on this here in a second with the side markers. And see, I was looking up on the swap for the S54 and the E46, and I lost my EWS. This was in that parts car. These are EWS with the module that communicates the signature of the key to the computer and tells it, if it's the right key or not. And I don't know what the hell I did it. I don't have it. So I did find a guy out of Florida. He has got a shop. He deals basically with BMWs all day. He said he would do it for like $140. I sent him my ECU and any of the EWS's, and he will bypass it all, and he'll also bypass the post O2 sensors, because I'm gonna run a catless header on it. So I've got a Megan header coming in for it, which is good, so I won't get any error codes on that, and it'll be plug and play. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because later on when I goes into the E36, I won't have that issue at all, because I definitely won't be able to swap in gauges and all that from the E46 into that. But that's where I'm at on that for as far as the ECU. But I'm gonna be putting this engine, I'm just waiting on motor mounts and a couple other things, guys, and then that engine is gonna be going into the E46 really soon. So just waiting on parts. Basically what I'm doing. Story of my life, waiting on parts. Come to the shop today to mess around with the Datsun a little bit, just get a couple things done, and I'm kind of holding off on this, guys, until I get done with this, because I don't want to go all out on this until I'm done with that. And this is a customer's car, it's not my car, and he hasn't been giving me money like we agreed. He's a little bit late. I know he'll bring it, but I'm not gonna throw my own money in this car. So I know a lot of y'all are like, what about the 240Z Datsun? It's not my car. I'm not gonna put my money into it. It's just how it is, man. It's business. So I just connected this new hose I got right here to the manifold. This one didn't fit right, but I do have some T-fittings. So I'm just gonna cut this one back. I'm gonna route that one in its place, tee it off over here, and then make my connection to the blow-off valve, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna do on that. Then I'm gonna put the check valve and mount the check valve with the hose to the brake booster right here. Get the general length. I'm from Louisiana, we say length. That's why you'll notice if I say a couple of words different than you guys over here, because I'm not from here. I get ragged on my accent, but that's okay. I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm just here because I make good money over here. But I love the people here. People here are good. Okay, I got it ran here. I'll end up tucking that in. Probably go through this right here where the fuel line goes through, just to tuck it here in a second, and then figure out a routing for this and mount it somewhere back here in the bulkhead. And then I have to figure something out here later to make this cleaner, but just trying to get things in place because I'm gonna be starting this thing pretty soon. Generic hose right here, some clamps. There's the check valve, the vacuum check valve. It goes one way but not the other. So that side's where it doesn't flow. That side flows. So the way it's got to go is it's got to flow this way towards the manifold because it's got to create vacuum. It's going to create vacuum down in the booster. So right here is where it's going to suck from. This is where the vacuum is going to build, and you want that vacuum to stay there. The vacuum is going to stay good for at least 3 good pumps if you die out, so you're not like you don't have hard brakes. That's the whole idea of this valve right here. It's to give you a kind of a leniency if your vehicle dies out. Cut. after the fact I cut it that there's a bracket right here that would hold that. So I'm just gonna go to the auto parts store here later, and I'll get another foot of hose and be able to extend this piece down there and be able to clamp it off right here and give it a nice clean look. It's just too short. It'd be kinking the hose, so no biggie. I'll end up just getting that replaced here shortly in the near future, and I'll just route it to where it clamps it and holds it and looks more professional. But not a big deal. It's all on. Got the vacuum lines on. I'm gonna go ahead and just reroute this through this clamp right here so it holds it in place a lot cleaner. And then once I get everything cranked and running as well, I'm gonna have to unplug the harness and wrap the harness in electrical tape and make it look, you know, OEM basically. I had to build this harness from scratch, going back and forth between you know, schematics I researched and schematics from the Mega Squirt to schematics to the factory, just back and forth, and that's how I end up building the harness. But anyway, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Yeah, that's all that holds it. So there we go, that looks a lot cleaner, and I'll figure the rest out later on that. It's just to do it just because right now. One less thing I gotta do. If I forget about this and I remember it later, no big deal. I will get this taken care of though. But all right, now I'm gonna go ahead and just mount the turn signals, I guess, side marker lights. There you go. Looks OEM, beautiful, nice and new. Nice and pretty. I can't believe I didn't notice that. It irks me. I hate it when I do stuff like that, but oh well. I know what to do to fix it. It's cheap. Just get another hose. So it's routed, vacuum line teed off. One leg going to the map sensor, other leg going to the blow-off valve. That's done. Just need to cap these off in the future. And this one, I have to shorten the length of the bolts for this custom Z block-off plate I had made. And the vacuum side of things will be good. One less thing I got to do on the car. So Joseph got him a Type R. Integra Type R master cylinder. Is that the Type R one? Mm-hmm. You can use the factory one or your new one?
I'll use the new one.
Okay, he bought a new one, and turned out that the mounting tabs are different. The LS one was at an angle, the two mounting bolts. The Type R's are parallel. So we ended up finding this one from a Type R. So he's gonna mount this brake booster in place of the old one. He's already got the old one out right here, and he's gonna mount the Type R one in, and he's gonna take the Type R master off, and he's gonna leave that one behind for me, right? Yeah, he's gonna throw it on my Honda part table. I have a Honda part table over here. It's just all Honda parts. Over there on the table over there, it's all Honda parts. I got Honda engines on the stands over there. I got a euphoria of Honda parts. So line it up. Tell me when. Good? You got your gasket on the back? Okay. Get those going. Joseph was supposed to get my rear bumper assembly today, but it was raining, so I'm gonna let him off the hook today.
I'll get him tomorrow.
But I'm gonna replace the whole rear bumper assembly. The donor car at the pull-apart place had the one that I got the tail lights from. It has a whole bumper assembly on the rear, and The bumper assembly on the rear of the E46 is missing pieces, and is missing a sliding tab on the driver's side and some other things and clips and all that stuff. If you watch my other episode, no, I didn't put it on the episode, but they had glue holding the bumper cover to the top of the crash bar, and that's a no-go. So we found the whole assembly, and BMWs, you can just unbolt the horns and take the whole assembly off. So he's gonna get the whole assembly for me, and I'm gonna truck line the bumper and stick it on there, and the whole rear end will be solid. And I'm gonna order me an M3 front end bumper cover for it, and put an M3 bumper cover on it to match the theme, because it's gonna have the M3 engine, the gauges. I even got the M3 shifter and everything for that thing. So I want it to look M3-ish as it can be. But cool. That's about it for that. I do have a exhaust system that I bought for the E46, and it fits a coupe, but it don't fit the sedan. They said when I bought the exhaust that it fit both, but when I tried to put it on, it did not fit. And I messaged them, they never replied back in like 2 freaking weeks, and so I decided to try to, you know, hack it and make it work. And at that time I didn't know any good welders, and it didn't fit right, so I said screw it. I took it off completely, and I'm gonna use part of that exhaust to fit on this car, since it has the single exit. And the bins they're similar, they're different in certain areas, but they're similar. So I'm gonna call up my buddy Heath Grice, who did the downpipe fab work on the Datsun, and I'm gonna get him to help me fab the cat back for this car. It's not gonna have any cats. That's what the texture looks like, guys. And I'm gonna shoot this with the clear coat, semi-gloss or just a flat gloss, I don't know yet. But I will clear it so I don't have to worry about dirt and grime getting in it. I could just wash it off and it'll look unison as far as the coat. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode.